color switches here. Hello, Harjot. How you doing? It's definitely happening tonight. Coleslaw, hey, welcome to the chat. How you doing? You would think it's like a Saturday night or something, but it's actually a Thursday night, but it's still pretty happening. Hey, Madonna, once again. Hey, welcome to the chat. I had an instinct, decided to just fire up another live stream. Probably won't be as long. It'll probably be about half an hour, maybe something like that, but you know. Hey, why the hell not? Look at these crowds. I'm getting like a secondhand high from the weed smell already, but woo! Crazy. Where do you reside, Coleslaw? We don't have the intercrossing path this time, but it happens much more during the day where you can just kind of cross any way you want and all traffic has to be put on hold for about a minute. But times do vary. So I'm just gonna go up Young here. Oh, California, nice. I've never been out west. Not even to British Columbia. I've yet to go out west someday, so it must be beautiful out there. Hello, Chatty Cathy. Welcome to the chat. Hello, Gabriella. Oh, the secondhand weed smell is crazy.
You're gonna have a surprise.
I think I'm just gonna go onto the road here. As this guy has the same idea as me. It's like this too many people on the sidewalk. You can't even really walk. But it's definitely happening tonight in the heart of downtown Toronto. Why wouldn't it be, I guess, but yeah, sidewalks really do vary around here, Cole. A lot of them are far too narrow than they should be. And you see every type of walks of life around here. Oh God. Nobody heard that. Yeah, it's really, really weird, honestly, but at least they are more copyright music. Okay. I guess I should know better by this point. It's ridiculous that YouTubers just going down the street can be striped because of things they can't control because they decided to blast it into like the public. It's not like I'm going inside like a restaurant or anything right here. That it's just, there's been people that have been going by on scooters and they play copyright music, and oh, I'm in trouble again. And more. La la la, you don't hear copyright music, I swear to God you don't. Wow, the Zanzibar was the loudest one. Never been in there personally, but I can imagine how loud it would be in there if I had it blasted in my ear from just being on the street, so. Happy Thursday evening to all, or whatever time zone you're in. Happy whatever time zone you're in. So yeah, pretty beautiful. Let's take a little gander here down Yonge Street. And it's not hard to get in someone's way. Vasily in the house. What's going on, dude? Vasily says he's working on updating his member credits. What does that even mean? Because I'm kind of stupid, I'm not gonna lie. I really can be fucking dumb. Guy in his Harley, how badass is that? What a lame kind of honk that was. It's like a clown car sort of honk. Yeah, it's very congested. I usually don't travel Yonge Street in the nighttime, but apparently when you do, it's like, wow, beware. Vasily says, member credits is what I put at the end of my pre-recorded videos to recognize all the people that support me. Yes, Vasily. I totally get that, and I want to do the same thing. I was actually struggling with my recent premiere today. I wanted to edit that, and I wanted to add like additional videos and like add other people, but like when it comes to a lot of things, I'm really not tech savvy, so I'm getting there. But like when you uploaded your part 2 to my video, technically part 3, it was very professionally done, and you know, I'm getting there, but I totally understand the professionalism, and it's really, really cool that you always keep that up to date. So, got a close sort of like incense and what's called global gifts. But it's one of those eye-catching places. I think I've been there a couple of years ago to find like some stones or something with my ex, so. Random guy on a Z-bike on the sidewalk, no problem here. And we're at the tail end of this shawarma little roll here. And the other one looks kind of like unappetizing. Probably something I would not want to eat. And again, I've probably had this in one of my other previous videos, but it's one of the coolest murals I've seen in pretty much all of Toronto, because I'm a fan of anime, of course. We have Android 18 kicking the F out of Vegeta. We have Ash riding Charizard with Pikachu on top and a blimp of Meowth. We got Yugi with Blue Eyes White Dragon. This I don't know as much. Except for the Monopoly guy. And there's a huge controversy around this. It's like, it's a Mandela effect. Apparently he did not have a monocle, but in this mural he does. Hello, Gabriella. Once again, I think you already were in the chat, so. Chatty Cathy, I swear to God, I'm not dyslexic. I'm surprised no one has tagged it already. Riff Raffs heading in the park. Yeah. You see pretty much a bit of everything around here. You see graffiti. You see like destroyed objects. Nothing really surprises me anymore. And obviously this whole street has been cut off due to this never-ending construction around here. Bit of a tight squeeze to get through here, but I think I'll make it. This is kind of the problem. You hear like copyright music from like vehicles that don't know that headphones exist, or like you can roll up your windows and just play it on your radio, blasting it without everyone else having to hear it. But you know, not much I can do. Someone comes strolling by me playing that. It's kind of the enemy. I'm gonna go down here and not wait for this light. Look at those city lights. Well, pretty much the back tail lights and the headlights of all the cars, but they definitely highlight the roads around here. And once again, I'm sure you're hearing that wind noise that's going like really aggressively, but not as bad as if you're going like towards the lakeshore or anything, but still aggressive enough where it makes enough of a noise to make it unpleasant. So again, I apologize about that. Holiday Inn, that's pretty. I never actually really even noticed this Holiday Inn. I've only walked by it about probably 100 times, but you know, I don't pay attention to everything that I walk by, so. And we have Maple Leaf Gardens right here. And I've mentioned this in many other previous videos. Used to be sort of a hockey arena, but they would also have musical guests perform here. Big example is Nirvana. pretty much right before Kurt Cobain's passing. And again, once you go up the Loblaws sort of escalator and you go to the second level, you can see all the, well, at least a good collection of all the chairs that used to be in Maple Leaf Square, or Maple Leaf Gardens, sorry. I won't mix that up again. Making sort of like a maple leaf in general. So it's like, it's pretty, really cool. For anyone that doesn't know Toronto in this area, it's a really, really nice piece of architecture.
Go pay my bill. Yeah, no.
We got a Wingstop that I've never actually been to. And people have probably heard me rant about Wing Machine, about how terrible they've become, but you know, I've yet to try Wingstop, so you know, in the near future, I'm sure it'll happen eventually. Someone just traveled down there in a very unique vehicle that's actually Canadian designed. There's one wheel in the front and two wheels in the back. I don't know exactly what the brand is or what the vehicle is technically called, but I know it's definitely Canadian. And anyone with a vehicle like that obviously has money, so good for them. Yeah, I guess I'll keep going up church a bit. It's more happening. Matcha matcha. Yoshi, welcome to the chat. Don't tell me the Leafs score. I'm not even reading what you're gonna say, Yoshi. I'm gonna wait till I come home and watch the game myself, but I hope they won. The second I saw Leafs, I'm like, no, I'm not reading anymore. Canadian Facility says, I will have to use it for Wonderland since I ran out of data. Sorry, I'm not keeping up with all of the chats here. Yeah, don't talk to me about the Leafs right now. They have killed it in the last two games against the Senators, and you know, I like to be kept in suspense, so I guess I get across here, I'll let this guy go by. Hair of the dog. Neighborhood pub and restaurant. And here I was thinking it was like a dog grooming center, so I'm gonna go down here. I'm gonna get off Church Street. A bit more sympathetic for me, you know, I don't like to travel in crowds too much, and it's closer to getting into home. So like I said, this won't be a long live stream. It's kind of like just like a spur of the moment type of thing. So, you know, thank you for all that's tuned in, you know. Heidi. First time you've ever tuned in. Thank you for tuning in, Heidi. Glad to see you in the chat. And I will talk to you later. If you gotta go, have a great night. Delete the evidence, says Yoshi. You don't want to know the type of evidence I need to be deleted, so we'll talk about that another day, or maybe never talk about it at all. This guy seems to be having a bit of a struggle, but he made it. Guess I'll make my way through here. Cool little tilted bridge there. Overpass, whatever you want to call it. Hey Mark R. Davis, welcome to the chat. Hey Kyle, nice to see you again. Big OT win tonight. Oh God. You just spilled the beans, dude. Well, you know, I'm glad that they won. I'm glad, okay? Thank you, dude. I know every year they're gonna say the Leafs is their year. And then we're always disappointed, but you know. That's why I try to keep a blind eye until they actually get to the narrow end, and then maybe I'll pay attention, but people that follow them all season and they choke at the finish line, it just seems 10 times more disappointing to me. That's why I kind of like not follow them until they actually win the Stanley Cup for once. It's only been like 60 years almost, right? The Rogers building there. And I might as well cross. Uh-oh. Okay, that was a cop arriving, but the cop's down the street there. And I think I have enough of a window to cross now, so I'm good. Ah, great. Well, go Leafs. I was hoping to keep it a surprise, but I'm glad that they won. I would rather have a surprise spoiled to me than, you know, anticipating and find out the Leafs lost. So, you know, I can't say I'll complain. Come on, let's do it. Come on, boys. Too late, Kathy. I know. And just thank you for everyone being in the chat right now, always supporting me. Love you all. I sincerely mean that. The Blake House restaurant. It's pretty high end, almost like a keg style, maybe keg mansion style sort of restaurant. So, and there's a convenient menu right here. The text is pretty small, so I'm not going to bore you all with that, but I'm a foodie. I could stare at that all day. Realize what other people are charging compared to other people, so. Vasily, how do you know that your credits look good? Like, what are the statistics? And now we'll be making a sudden left at Jarvis, I believe. Actually, no, I'm gonna go down Maitland. As suddenly gets a lot more isolated and quiet. And that's something I definitely love. Scrolling up the chats here a bit. Yoshi says, see, I see the person to say it, but then I had to delete the message, unfortunately. Are you talking about the Leafs finale, Yoshi? Mark Davis says, all is good, Kathy. Got back from my favorite place yesterday. Oh, that's good. Keep safe, everyone. And we are embarking on Homewood, a street I used to live on. It always has a dear place in my heart. Look at these condos. Yeah, it's just kind of a quiet, happening night once you suddenly get into the side streets here. But once again, that'll quickly end. So once I make a sudden left turn, or should I go down south? You know what? South is probably closer to where I live. In fact, it is. So yeah, south I go. In fact, once again, I'll go over the same place I used to reside in for about 4 months in 2019. 59 Homewood. Yahya, welcome to the chat. How you doing, man? Just a kind of a quiet, somewhat not quiet late night walk back home. I'm not going to show everyone directly where I live, but I'll probably cut it off at the intersection of Dundas and Sherbourne. Hope everyone's having a great Thursday night. Has anyone heard from Liam? Yes, says Yahya. Not lately. Been a while for me, but you can always message him and find out if he's okay. I'm sure he's fine. We don't want to lose our little ninja, do we? Damn, I was so focused on my live stream, I think I might have, yeah, I passed it, sorry. This is where I used to live, 59 Homewood. right here. And I rented a room right in where that big window is. That's where I resided. So, you know, I don't want to creep along this property for too long, but, you know, it brings back a lot of memories for me. Even though I was only there for 4 months, you know, a lot happened in my life that kind of changed since I moved from Hamilton. I moved from Hamilton to Toronto, and that's where I moved to. So it was a big transition for me. By the way, if it sounds like I'm slurring my speeches a lot, which I know I am, I might be slightly inebriated. Shh. I'm coming back from a friend's house, so I'm like kind of bored and want to make a live stream. So forgive me if I stutter or mispronounce things. I normally don't do this, but you know, it's all fun and good games. But Homewood in general is a very beautiful street. Pretty quiet. You see a huge high-rise here. And another high-rise, not quite as tall, but still pretty tall itself. Mark Davis says, Yahya, I think Liam was watching the Leaf playoff game tonight at Pickle Barrel, I think. Okay. Yeah, you could just DM, honestly, just find out if he's okay. I'm sure he is. All right, now that we're approaching Carlton, I'll be taking a sudden left onto Sherbourne, and then almost at my destination. I'll probably be ending this at Dundas and Sherbourne. And yeah, I guess I'll stroll through this dark park right here. Why not? And this is one of 2 dog parks. This is for the bigger dogs, this park here. Whatever the next one is for smaller ones, so. None here tonight, obviously, but. And once I make the end stretch here, I'll just be making a quick left towards Sherbourne and then towards Dundas, and that will be a wrap. There's a tree here that obviously must have been huge back in the day. I know it's hard to see at this point, but CN Tower is tinted green tonight. And I guess I'll slide through this way. And this used to be an area where a lot of homeless people would have tents just trying to survive until the cops decided and the mayor decided, you know, kick them all out. You know what? I think I might hear oncoming copyright music, so scratch that. I'm gonna walk this way. Just when you let your guards down, there it comes. One last view of this beautiful skyline that I'm seeing right now, all the buildings. It's, you know, so much more beautiful at night. I guess you could call it building line. It says here, no dogs allowed in garden areas, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people do not abide by that law. Chatty Cathy says, yesterday the CN Tower was lit up green for Earth Day, but tonight it's green for Fatality Awareness Week. Well, then she says, oh, excuse me, Canadian Fertility Awareness Week. You know, that's not something I would know about. I definitely understand Earth Day, but I kind of almost missed that too. So thanks for the update, Kathy. This motorcyclist is not really away from that car at all. It's like he's right up against his ass. Pretty eager, I think. And here I am approaching Sherbourne, so I have only one more intersection to go. And there's that same exact vehicle I was talking about. Two in the front, one in the back. And it's definitely Canadian design, so that's really cool to see one of those. They're pretty much like spotting a dodo nowadays, back before they were extinct. This is the final stretch. This is where it goes from like upscale Toronto to absolute ghetto, to people yelling at you, to people throwing things at you. It really transitions very quickly. Chatty Cathy says, the other day for Earth Day, I missed a day. I don't know where it went. I lost a day. Apparently it's like cool to like turn off your hydro for an hour. I don't know a specific time, but that's been kind of a tradition ever since I've known since I've been born, so. Google is always free. And the next set of lights will be my destination. So approaching there pretty quickly. And this is the quiet part of the walk. This is the part I like look forward to the most. Because who likes unnecessary noise, right? And once I get to Dundas, it'll all change quickly, right? But if I had a really good like internet provider, I would just like to go down like some train tracks or somewhere in the woods, but that's when it will cut off, right? And we have a really, really awesome Picasso mural here. Everything you can imagine is real, I guess, you know. And I believe there's another Terry Fox one on the next complex here. And I've heard rumors that he might be on the next $5 bill, Terry Fox. So rumors can be rumors, but that'd be cool to see someone that's not a politician on there for once. Okay, no, I see, hold up. Not Picasso. But of course the, hold up, bad angle. The infamous Charlie Chaplin. The king of the silent films, so that's pretty badass. So here I am approaching my destination, and yes, I'm definitely inebriated. I'm sure it's pretty obvious to anyone that's been watching me. I have no shame, it's okay. I'm just glad I made it home alive, almost. So, on this note, as I approach the intersection of Sherbourne and Dundas, I think I'm gonna call it a wrap. And I'm gonna wait for the next light. So, on that note, it's kind of delayed there. Thank you for everyone watching. Thank you for everyone watching. I'm more than grateful, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you to Mark. Thank you to Kathy. Thank you to Badano. Let's scroll up. Thank you to Yahya. Thank you to everyone that's tuned in. I appreciate you all, and I will see you the next one. Definitely not inebriated the next time, but Walker out.